The Prime Minister's recent refusal to confirm who authorized the sudden demolition of the Royal Gaol has left the local media fraternity on a quest to establish those answers. At the time of the demolition, a representative from the Ministry of Infrastructure did indicate that he was acting on the orders of his permanent secretary. Consequently, reporters have questioned Infrastructure Minister Stephenson King about last weekend's controversial demolition.
The demolition of the old prisons certainly didn't have my input. It was a matter which resided in the Prime Minister's office, and the Ministry of Infrastructure was simply asked to supervise the activity there. So we were not involved, and it really wasn't a project under our supervision, under our direction.
The minister has also spoken out against the recent treatment of local journalists who have ventured to the site to continue reporting on various issues surrounding the demolition. Last week, reporters from 2 different television stations were deeply unsettled after separate encounters with heavy equipment operators at the site. Many have since interpreted these actions as an attempt to intimidate the local press.
In your supervision, do you condone the actions of the contractor last week in trying to intimidate the media by dropping the rubble in the immediate vicinity?
I believe this is a dangerous practice. I saw the video, and it cannot be condoned. It must not be condoned, and it must be condemned. The media has a role in our society. Their role is to cover what is going on in the country. Their role is to bring the people up to date with the news. They are to educate the general public. And we must certainly be tolerant with the media. There's sometimes media can be a bit, inquisitive. Sometimes the media can seem to be harassing. But at the end of the day, I believe the media is hungry for news, and therefore it doesn't mean that you can abuse the media in its coverage of the news. The media ventures out and must go out and find news. I don't condone it. I don't support it.
Last week's incidents have since been brought to the attention of at least one international organization which seeks to represent the interests of journalists worldwide. One of the reporters at the center of the issue was curious as to whether the minister supports the local media's efforts at soliciting international support.
They are your support groups, advocates on the outside, and I believe you belong to a wider fraternity. You don't only belong to St. Lucia. The actions of persons, whether it's government or individuals against the media, must be supported regionally and internationally, because you have an active role in the world of democracy. In democracy, the voice of the people must be heard. And if the media is the medium through which the people's voice will be heard, let it be heard.
It is important to note that the demolition site contained none of the usual signage which is legally required to be visible at sites where work of that magnitude is being carried out. This type of signage would typically clarify what work is being done at the site and under whose authority it is being carried out. In the absence of such signage, there is no clear indication of who exactly holds overall responsibility for managing that project site. Miguel Fevrier has indicated that upon arrival at the site last Wednesday, he did make his presence known to the contractor and that the contractor was aware of the purpose of his visit. Jacques Wooding has also confirmed that upon her arrival at the site, she spoke with an engineer and clearly indicated why she was there. Wooding has also noted that at the time, that engineer did not express any issues with her team being on the site. Regional colleagues have recommended that the journalists file reports with the police. However, we are currently unaware whether this has been done. For Choice News Now, Amani Mathia reporting.